Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm here with Grub Gun. It's been an uplifting day.
Oh yeah, you bet.
But no, yeah, episode 25, a quarter of 100 episodes. We're halfway to 50 if I know math at all. So yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. Thanks again for co-hosting with me. I think it's added something.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. And I hope you're good. Like that last video you put out, my mom was like, she told me she was scared to comment. She didn't know, I think it was like, I don't know how she said it, but she said it was very dark.
Well, no, I mean, like, this is the thing. If you can't put yourself out, I'm finding that talking about myself and my feelings is actually, a benefit. Like I can only hold up so much stuff to show that I've bought. Uh, you know, uh, and I'm not showing how I'm really feeling. So I mean, like, it's
Yeah,
just what I do. It's kind of the thing that I do to kind of get through the day. So I mean,
yeah,
tell your mom if she wants to comment, not to be scared. She's not going
she
to push
was.
me. She's not going to push me over the edge or
I know.
anything.
She's like, why is he calling himself a loser? Like, I hate this. Like, I feel so bad, but I don't know what to say. I'm like, Mom, like, it's just like, yeah, he's getting stuff out. It's therapeutic. He's making videos. He's just expressing himself. But, she worries, right?
Yeah, no, I know your mom's great. I mean, she'll
Yeah.
once I'm, a regular fixture in the neighborhood, she'll be used to my drama, so it won't matter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's perfect. She'll get used to it. Yeah, I know. I'm used to it already. Like,
Well, I
I'm
hope
not
so.
panicked. I'll know when, like, something really bad is up, probably. But,
Well, I mean, that's the thing is that videos are meant for a wide audience.
huh.
If you were worried, I'm sure you'd reach out in a private forum. You wouldn't
Yeah.
like comment on my video, "Are you okay?" So, I'm fine. I'll make do. Hey, listen, I've got plans and I got money to spend. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I got money. I need to spend it. So,
How many DMs did you get? Are you okay or whatever?
oh, oh man, I got like two today. Well, so I mean, like that's and like yesterday, maybe three people. Just it's incredible. Like everyone's like, are you okay? Basically, like
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, it's a video. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's not. At what point in the video am I? You shouldn't be worried. Like, I thought it was lighthearted, to be honest. But there's that's me being confused, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, you're just expressing yourself a lot. My mom's in mental health. She's always, if someone's saying something, she's on top of it. She wants to
Well,
make sure they're fine. And
yeah,
I'm always like the person to reach out. I'm the person to reach out right when it hits a crisis.
yeah, but I mean, like, you've got the behind the scenes view, so I mean, like, there's always like there's the video me, and then there's me, and me isn't on the video most of the time, so it's like there's two different things going on there. So you know what's going on, so
Mhm.
it's hard for you to be worried when like we talk so often, and it's like if I was really like something was really wrong, you'd know before I'd ever make a video about it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
so, but yeah, I mean, trying to be me sometimes is a little bit difficult, but like, I'm also kind of a whiner, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, you wind your way to getting exhaust. So I mean, your
Uh,
whining pays
well,
off.
that's the thing. No, hey, there's always a benefit behind, like this is it. That's what I do.
Our good friend Tony reached
Hmm.
out.
Oh yeah, no, for
Another
sure.
collector looking after another collector. Now
Yeah,
you got exhaust in the mail, or exhaust at the shop.
that's right. That's right.
Ages 3 and up.
That's right. It does pay off to be a
Yeah,
whiny little girl sometimes.
yeah, no, it is what it is. We all have our quirks and our things, so But as long as you truly, oh, my mom, that's my mom right now. But she's
Tell her I'm fine.
yeah, everyone's fine. We're doing the podcast. Everything is fine. No, 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 no. And then she gets mad at me. You're so, bossy. But it's like, I need stuff done. That's
Yeah.
my maybe character trait that, I apply too much, because I don't mean to be pushy or bossy on things, but I just like, I know, like, I'm searching in people, I know they can do it, or I know this, I want to get it done. So it's like, I don't mean to be like go go go, like aggressive bossy, but it's kind of in my nature.
Well, I mean, the thing is without you pushing me, I would still be stuck in a really bad way. So I mean, like, this is the thing. Your bossiness is like, it helps me out. So see.
No, that's what I said. 25 episodes on the way to 50. You weren't here. Like, I did the course on my own, and I was always looking for someone to join me and all that. And then, yeah, we met, and then, yeah, I thought, oh, this is a go for sure. And
Well,
it's been fun.
it's all up from here, and not just numerically, but
Mm-hmm.
hope once
Mm-hmm.
the rebranding of my channel, once I move to like a third Transformers, is going to be like, that's going to be a big deal. I'm already starting to think ahead to like new intros and new like rebranding of the channel and everything. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's happening, but it's just, for me, time moves so slow, like 7 months before my goal is realized. And like, I'll tell you, those 7 months are gonna drag like you wouldn't believe.
No, for sure. I always tell people this, like, while I'm working or, like, out, or, yeah, mostly when I'm working just to freak them out. But I always tell people, like, I'm doing life like a prison sentence. I can't wait to get out.
Yeah, yeah,
So like, it's all waiting. But
yeah.
yeah, like I feel you on the rebranding. Even for the podcast, we have more stuff planned and how we're gonna have it out and blah blah blah. I mean, it'll still be accessible on YouTube parts and this and that, but and just kind of like having to see us on cam, and just like, rebranding this, maybe some new logos, that, you know what I mean? Like, just it's always on my mind, just besides health stuff and few other things, and like, just kind of going at it slowly. But I like that too. I don't want to just do it overnight. So
Well, no, that's the thing. Slow and steady, like I want to come into this where it's like all of a sudden everything's different. Like, my old channel is basically dead. So, I mean, I'm keeping it alive with, I'm trying to resuscitate it by putting up videos, but like, I need to move on and get new content and new life into it. And I mean, like, I'll tell you, you've breathed new life into it. I'll tell you that. So, I mean,
well, they say I'm full of hot air.
well, I mean, you're full of something, but I
Yeah,
don't know what
yeah, I'm
exactly
sure.
it is.
Helium, probably helium. No, I'd sound more. But yeah, no, it's something. Hydrogen. I don't know,
Well,
but
I mean,
little something. But yeah, no, I
yeah.
appreciate it. You brought life into me too, in a way, because like, even though I like do all the stuff I do, I like to have like another person's like input on stuff, and like another person I'm creatively close with, that we like bounce stuff off of on, or just talk about stuff before we do it, then we do it, and it just all flows. I just miss that, because I lost like one of my best friends, and you know what I mean? Like, it's tough
Hmm.
when you lose your creative homie, or just someone you could be like, even if they weren't doing it with you, you could bounce ideas off, or be like, yo man, should I come out with this, and should I say this, or should I tone it down, and then.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. And I mean, like, even when I do feel crummy, I'll if as soon as we start like talking or recording, it's like, everything's fine, Jeremy. Stop being such a whiner. Like, holy cow, like things are
Yeah.
better than you think. Like, don't spin yourself into such a frothy mess. Like,
No.
it's fine. Like, like it's this is it. This is I got to concentrate on like future happiness, not current
Yeah.
whininess, right?
Yeah, no, and like we're the type, like, I know, like, because we have each other on Facebook. We've taken those tests, like, what are the real characteristics, and like we're
Right.
both like mostly loyal, honest, and like, we like, we're there for people, and like, we're there for the end. It's not like flaky, like, oh, I know these new people, I'm gonna forget about Jeremy or some
Yeah,
stuff, or
right.
you forget about me, or like, like how I build with people. It's usually like, that's the inside circle, the crew. There's people outside of that, like there's different levels, right? It's like the Pentagon in the States. It's like in that core, it's like me, you, and like, my mom, my sister, a few people, but like, it's layers, right? But we're just
Yeah.
there for each other, and like, yeah, we got so much to build on. And like you just said, like, once we jump on the mics and we're just shooting the stuff for content, but just chatting as well, it feels good, and like, it's something different that we're doing here, I'd say.
Well, yeah, for sure. And to be able to shoot ideas off of you, and you've given me so many different ideas that I've gone with and like have been like in my mind successful. So I mean, like this is the thing, like sitting here by myself trying to think how am I going to make my channel better? I can't do it. I've been on since 2006. I've killed my channel like 5 or 6 years ago by being like basically an idiot, and like now I've got to like rebrand and build, and like now there's people commenting on the Transformers videos that I've done and like the Laurent videos that I've done that were
Hmm.
never on my channel before, and I'm like these comments come like out of the blue. I'm like, okay, so someone's watched my Transformers video and got something out of it. There is a possibility that I can use this as, fuel to move forward and motivation, and it's like it's nice to like all of a sudden see a comment on something that I'm like, oh, okay, so this is something's worked. I've planted a seed and it's germinating. Like it's fun. For once it's fun it's starting to be fun again. So I mean, it's awesome.
I know it's fun for me. It's fun to think of the stuff I can do and all that, and yeah, just continue it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. This just yeah, just where we're going with this, and like changing the podcast up a bit. It'll still have these intros and the heart to hearts and the slice of life, and then Transformers news and like maybe more of the question like discussion like videos, and just kind of open it up just a little by little.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
yeah, how it's popped off better on on YouTube with some of the single like videos. So I mean, clipping it. There's things that we're working on behind the scenes, and yeah, just to make it better, reach a better audience. They'll always have lots of ways to listen or watch, so it'll be there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Lots to look forward to.
Well, get right into the Transformers news this week. Yeah, there's lots. Well, not tons, but there's a few cool things that popped up. Yeah, there's like a Walmart. I'm pretty sure this is a leak. It's not 100% which figures are happening for sure, but it looks like there's a cup, a Jazz, and a Blur for the what is that line called? I always mess it up. The Studio
Yeah.
Series line. It's gonna have the Studio Series 1986 style line. So it's gonna be a cup, a Jazz, and a Blur maybe is what people are thinking. And of course this Slag I think just dropped, or is
Yeah.
it? Yeah, the Triceratops. So from the Dinobots, and they're thinking he might be in the 1986 style of the Studio Series. So.
Yeah, I mean, but the prices that they're showing for these, I mean, well, probably
American.
tentative prices, yeah, in American, that's at least it shows that it's something that, it can be bought. It's not like
Well, the
these are
thing
all
is, it's misleading. Is ours are jacked up, though. We pay $7 or $8 more than they do,
right, yeah. But I mean,
plus
even
the
if you,
plus the regular conversion.
yeah.
So that's like I know people that pay 18 for those, but I don't know. I think they're like already $37 before tax here or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, being Canadian has its benefits, but this is not one of them. But yeah, like it's still, so how big are these figures going to be? Are just the regular
A
five and a
lot.
half inch?
Yeah, I think they'll be like deluxe. It says on the one.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, they should be. I don't know, like pretty good size. I'd say yeah, like the 6 inch or whatever, because
Yeah.
they should fit in with that kind of crowd. And then like yeah, they've never done a Jazz or a Blur or a Cup masterpiece, so
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be kind of like their take on that, even though because these are trying to be kind of masterpiece or like as realistic to the cartoon as possible, which Masterpiece is pretty much doing. So. He's
Yeah.
like a budget masterpiece line with figures they haven't even done yet. Same with the new Slag, the Dinobot. They have
Yeah.
Grimlock coming out. I mean, they've done Grimlock, but still.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see the transition between the studio series being from the Michael Bay movies into these figures. Like, it'll
I
be
know.
it's kind of weird to like show this, like have a rebranding like that, right? It's
Yeah, well, the
it-
figures are rebranded, but they're trying to keep that brand though, the Studio Series going, giving it life because the generations they've added onto it. It was the classics. Now it's generations. Now it's
mhm.
and this line, it's like it was petering out because they only have like 15 more or whatever it is Michael Bay figures left to do.
Yeah.
And then what? We're just gonna kill the line that has like line loyalty.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And the Unicron coming out, they want to get all these 86 figures out, I'm guessing, or people are
yeah,
speculating.
yeah. No, it'll be nice to see. Well, if I ever see them in the store, it'll be nice to see this switch over because these are kind of figures I would want to buy. Those Michael Bay ones, like I would never purchase them. So I mean, like it's
Mhm.
nice to see like something in the pipeline that's viable for a wider audience, and you know what I mean. It's
Mhm. Yeah, I wasn't sure about it too at first, but then like yeah, if they're doing like masterpiece style, like of more affordable and figures that we never got in that line, and just like yeah, more like you said, not Michael Bay style, not the weird like organic Transformers. We're getting more of the block heads, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll be
And
neat
who
to see
knows?
the designs of these and how how new are these designs going to be. Like this is one of those things where I'm just like waiting and waiting and waiting for any kind of picture of anything to come up, right?
Yeah, no, especially because we were talking earlier about the Jazz, Porsche, they don't have the rights to. I'm not sure what angle they're gonna do there, but Jazz or Cup, he's just a Cybertronian truck, and then Blur's just a Cybertronian something. So
Yeah.
that'll be fine. But yeah, like you said, I think that Cyclonus that we saw in the other discussion video, the Cyclonus was part of this line, so like that kind of gives you a hint because it didn't have like they didn't have these like really square edges like Earthrise and Siege, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're really streamlined
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
smooth in places where they should be smooth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really interested in seeing these. I'm kind of stoked. This is one of those things where it's like I don't buy Autobots, but this is one of those situations where it's like, well, I may compromise my principles if they look like they looked in the TV show or cartoon, right?
Yeah, and you're getting like swoop and like I mean they didn't do a swoop, but like you're getting the
Hmm.
Dinobots and like I don't know. I've grown more to the Autobots more lately too. It's crazy. Like I do like Decepticons more, but there's something about some Autobots. I'm like, oh, okay, I see more of the appeal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, me too. Like I'll look at them in the store and I'll think, "Oh God, do I really want this?" And it's like, well, no, but if I see them on clearance, I don't have any problem buying them.
Yeah, and like I am always. It's weird that I would like Decepticons more just because they turn into cooler things. I thought as a kid because I've always been more of like the person with on the good side of things more like like on
Hmm.
some of the good people, not every obviously line, but I always like I like the good people, but the Decepticons it's a toss up between both. Both are kind of doing bad things anyways to each other, so
Well, no,
it's
that's the thing.
continuing ongoing war, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean that is why I like the Decepticons more is because they turn into cooler things. I mean, like, their plans are all really, really lame. And so I mean, like I couldn't like them for their creativity because
Mm.
they don't have any, but like, they all, if something turns into a jet, I'm down.
Yeah, and like a tape cassette and like cassettes jumping out that had their own personalities,
Oh
people
yeah.
turning into people, lasers, jets. It's kind of dinosaur like big cities that turn into dinosaurs. Kind of hard not to like them.
Yeah, no, exactly. A car is a car. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether it's a Jeep or a Volkswagen or what it does. They're just all cars. They can all, just drive around. But
Hmm.
like, you know,
Yeah, this looks good, man. I'm so stoked on that new Slag that they're showing too. Like if we're getting like a Slag, excuse me, from from the movie and like the other Dinobots and yeah, just yeah, like, I'm down for a new Cup and another Blur. I mean, whatever. I want to see it. Like is like you said, like this line is close to the movie accurate as possible.
yeah, it would be great. I can't wait for this.
Well, it's been crazy. This Transformers Back to the Future Gigawatt. We've already, lots of people have already talked about getting scalped. The Walmart releases, they sold out in seconds. Scalpers bought them. They were selling for like $800 and all this. And yeah, and now there's going to be some new ones maybe at the EB Games in Australia and that side of the world. I also heard Japan might get some more. So I mean, hopefully you didn't pay $800 for this on eBay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if someone's actually paying $800 for this, I believe they better check their priority levels in life, because wow, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not a fan of these crossover figures, so I am not the target audience for this kind of stuff.
No, I'm not either. Yeah, I'm on eBay right now. I'm not checking the sold right now, but I see people asking still 883, 733, 740, 557.
Mm-hmm.
10 people watching this one for $883.08. But yeah, no, I'm not. I had the Ghostbusters one because I got it from EB. It was easy to get here in Canada. It wasn't numbered like this one, and I don't think like Back to the Future has some sort of crazy hardcore fandom. It seems like.
Yeah, apparently they must, but I mean, the scalpers are just trying to take advantage. I mean, how many numbered ones were there? If they were,
the year the movie came out, so 1980.
yeah. So I mean, I can understand.
85. There's a 1,985 one.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand them being like sought after just because of that. But what's the difference between the numbered ones and the unnumbered ones?
The numbered ones have numbers?
Yeah, great. Okay, well, that's super.
Someone's asking 2,696.82 for one.
Well, I mean, they can ask whatever they want because it's an imaginary economy.
Yeah.
So, like, but I mean, the figure itself isn't that great. I mean, it looks like that Galvatron watch you have. You know, so I mean, I don't really know.
Well, sideswipe mold. We've had the molds out there. Sideswipe, Tiger Tracks, Red Alert.
Yeah, you keep going down the list.
I got them all right there, 20 of them. But yeah, I know, and like I don't know. Yeah, the robot mode has the goggles, like I guess Marty wore in the movie, or the Doc. I mean, but still, like I don't know. The figure itself doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah.
I have the Ghostbusters one, so if I could get a numbered or non-numbered one for cheap, I'd pick it up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. It could be sitting there for $9.99 and I wouldn't buy it. So this is the thing. It's like these are the kind of weird crossover figures that I just don't understand. It's a to me it just looks like a money grab. So, which it probably is. So
yeah. I mean, it's cool in a way. Like I can see like people that like this that like never get a lot of like Back to the Future merch, so they're like, when it comes into like another line, that's another toy line that does something like, Transformers, their cars, their robots, and it can kind of like come in there and get a little bit of its fandom something.
Oh, for sure. No, because I'm looking at it from the Transformers side, right? I'm not looking at it from the Back to the Future side. Sure, there's probably zilch as far as Back to the Future merch is concerned. So, I mean, when somebody sees this, they're like, yay, I get to stick something else on my shelf that says Back to the Future on it. So, I mean, I get that. For them, it's fine. For me, it's just like, why, what? I'll spend the money elsewhere.
Yeah. A Ghostbuster one, I never opened it, so it's sealed, so I'd probably do the same for this. I just kind of got it as like a quirky collectible, so.
Yeah, but you're a special case. You can't use you as an example.
Oh. No, for sure. But there's a lot of people into this too that are Transformers fans, that are Back to the Future fans. See, I never got into Back to the Future much. I liked what's his name, the actor, but I never got into the show.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the movies, but like I don't. It's not like I don't understand how you can like.
Yeah, but what other like you watch the movies? I didn't even really watch the movies. Until I was older, so.
Right.
I don't know. Like they came out a year before I was born, but it was just something like my family would turn that like I don't know, man. It was something like we didn't like. I watched the F out of Ghostbusters though. Like Ghostbusters is my jam. Like, I love Ghostbusters and like never collected Ghostbuster toys, and that Ghostbuster Transformer thing, I didn't really think, oh, this is so cool. But like I watched a lot of Ghostbusters. I never got into Back to the Future.
Yeah. I mean, it's very of the time, and it's very like, if you were a child when that movie came out, then it is very representative of the time. Like when I think of it, it really like gives me a nostalgic feeling about that time, because it just it's an example of that moment in my life, right? But
for sure. A lot of people, and like for me, like just being that like younger, like we're one when it came out, the time it was on like TV all the time and stuff was like 8-9 years later. So like none of the references, the colors, the clothing was so different. I was like, well, Back to the Future, this looks like Back to the Past,
Yeah,
dog.
no, exactly, exactly. It is. It's very like, it's for people like my age. It's like, oh yeah, well, when I was a teenager, this was a thing. Like I remember going to see part two and part three in the theaters. Like,
Wow,
and I'm like,
crazy.
that was a big deal for me. And now, it's just. But I didn't think there was a fandom enough to uh make it so that you could have a crossover with Transformers and people would think that
Well,
was cool.
I think it's because the company that owns this, they're with Transformers, right? Like same with Ghostbusters. It's like I'd pay $1,000 if they pulled out a Ninja Turtle one tomorrow, but that's Playmates and or whatever, and they're not
Mm.
gonna mess with Hasbro because like those are two competitors, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
if it's Ninja Turtles, I'd be emptying my bank account right now. Like I there's no like if a numbered one, if they only in they were like they're making a Ninja Turtles van transformer. It comes out now. There's only gonna be 1983 because that's the year, so
Yeah.
only 1,500. Yeah, would I be one of these losers on eBay? I might be.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
I guess
buy
it's
one.
it's just all about know your audience and know what they're willing to do. So I mean, and the thing is like with this figure, when I saw it, I didn't think it would generate even this much conversation between you
Me
and I.
either.
And now we've talked about it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, we talked it, man. We talked it, and I still am on it because it's like, yeah, like the thing too about it. I like the G1 box though, like because the Top Gun that didn't have that.
No,
It was
I
just in that like Michael Bay style box.
yeah, that my mind went instantly to that Top Gun jet, and I'm just like, wow, this is like but it's, I guess, like we're saying, target audience. It's not me, but I
Hmm.
mean, for the people who like Back to the Future, cool, good for them.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could go back to the past yesterday, but but yeah, I don't know. If you see me holding one of these up, that's the end. Well, who would have thought? I mean, the world's closed down, but Walmart's having a con. Welcome to Walmart Con.
Wow.
They're gonna be showing exclusives. I guess maybe this was reason because all the stuff. Even though there is a San Diego Comic Con happening online as well, but this is Walmart Con. Yeah, but they're gonna have GI Joe, Marvel Legends, War for Cybertron reveals.
Yeah.
Hasbro reveals.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just saw this news today, and of course, the first thing I thought was, wow, more figures that I'm not going to be able to find.
Yeah, I guess, but like, yeah, I'm surprised. What are they going to be showing?
I have this is the thing. Who knows? Who knows? But I mean, I'm just thinking repaints and of figures that already exist. That's usually what I think. But
And I ordered I ordered a ton of those GI Joes, man.
yeah,
I can't believe it. I love them. Like I forgot I loved the GI Joe as a kid because it was American Army, which I wanted to be in every second. As a
yeah,
kid, I
yeah,
loved it. I thought it was like GI Joe. But
yeah.
I'm stoked what reveals are gonna have. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy. The thing I like about G.I. Joe, there's so many characters I don't like, so it's not gonna be like I didn't even get the main guy. Like I don't even know the main guy's name. Like the blonde guy. Like
Uh, oh God, what was his name? I can't remember. But yeah, the blonde guy.
yeah, like yeah. I just looked at it, but I'm just like no. But I'll take Snake Eyes. I'll take Cobra Commander. I'll take Baroness if they have her.
Oh, for sure. No, if
Wave
you picked
two.
it, yeah, if you picked and choose the figures that you actually really liked, like I looked at that Cobra Commander so many times, and I'm just like, that is so cool. Like I want that. Like
Snake Eyes looks bad ass too. I'm sorry. Like it's like what?
yeah, no, I know. Like if when like the Destro comes out, and oh God,
Yeah, they had that one. Yeah, they have like a Destro where he's dressed up in like crazy colors, gold helmet with like a cheetah print jacket.
I saw that. Yeah, Pimp
I know.
Destro.
I know Pimp Destro. I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, I don't want Destro. And I saw that. I was like, sign me up.
Yeah. I'm just like, these figures are really nice. Like and when as soon as you said you ordered them, I was just like, I might have to get something like this.
They always had comics with Transformers, and I remembered that too. Like as a kid, I liked that, and like yeah, like they kind of do go hand in hand. Like a couple, like a Snake Eyes with like a Grimlock or whoever would just be kind of dope, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Walmart Con. Also, while we're on the topic of con, like would, Comic Con, they're doing like an online reveal as well. So, you think that's pretty good, or just because like they can't have the cons,
Yeah, I mean, like you have to do what you have to do now. I mean, like this is it is that world we live in now, where you can't have a bunch of people gathered together staring at a case filled with toys. So, online is the only way it can be done, I guess.
For sure. So these things kind of make sense, and like they've been weird reveals all year. So this is part of it. It's the wacky year. And yeah, TFCon I think would have been today. Today's Saturday the 11th, so that would have been today.
Wow, so it just goes to show you like how much of a weird time we're living in when like something would have been happening today and it's just not happening.
Saturday of it, and then now we got Walmart Con and
yeah.
And you've never been into Marvel that much, hey? Like Marvel Legends or any Marvel stuff?
No, superhero stuff was never my thing. Like, so I never, because when I was a kid, there wasn't really superhero stuff to be had. There was like Super Friends cartoons and, crummy Spider-Man cartoons, but there wasn't really any superhero stuff when I was younger. So it didn't translate when I got older. It just felt like forced,
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Actually, they had some big news too, because they had that like Marvel Legends like Hasbro Pulse exclusive thingy that everyone had to like, it was like Unicron. They had to hit that goal. It's that Sentinel thing, the big robot from X-Men or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It sold for like 3 something today, or like people like it was 300 and something American dollars and 368, but it sold out like in the first few hours or something that it came up. And Unicron, they had to like extend the thing or whatever, like the difference there.
Well, I mean, the fandom for superhero stuff it's
insane.
It's much broader field of fans there.
Yeah, for sure. And like being so American, it's like we just don't relate as much to some of the things because like Spider-Man's in New York and there wasn't a lot of Canadian superheroes.
No, there weren't. There weren't. I think what was it? Just
one.
Yeah.
There's that Captain Canada guy or whatever his name is in X-Men, like that continuity. I can't remember his name is though.
Yeah, and it wasn't Alpha Flight Comics, wasn't that team? Weren't they all Canadian? I can't remember.
Wow. There was a Canadian team. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Team Canada or whatever.
Yeah, I remember what it was called, but it was something, it was something corny anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, get your masks, get your hands sanitized, get your down to Walmart Con and see the exclusives.
Yep.
Well, I thought we should bring this up. Just it seems a lot of people are talking about it. The Transformers Funko Pops are coming back. I think there's like G1 ones. I know there are other old Michael Bay Pops. Now hopefully there's this image here. It kind of looks like a Michael Bay style pop, so we don't know, but how do you feel about Pops in general or Transformers coming into Pops again? What do you think?
Well, I mean, the whole Pop fandom, I never really got it. Like, the figures to me, no matter what, they all look the same. So it's like, and I knew people who, like, literally, like, all they did, their whole YouTube channel, everything they did was based on collecting Pops. And, they had them all lined up and they all looked exactly the same to me. So these are not like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Even just people like Transformers fans in general, Transformers fan in general. I don't know if they'd be really if this is for them necessarily. Like they might get a few of them, but like I mean, there's Bumblebee, Jazz, Megatron, Optimus Prime, Soundwave, Bumblebee, Megatron. I mean, the only pops I've really liked. I used to hate pops. Like I used to hate pops.
Mm-hmm.
I was a pop hater. I'd see that stuff and I'd think people are fools. And then like over years and years and years of seeing them, yeah, okay, the Pokemon ones, even though they all look like they have ditto eyes, like they still like everyone's ditto or whatever. But you know, okay. I was like, fine, I'll get the Bulbasaur, and then I got the Squirtle, and so on and so on. But I didn't go crazy on them. I would never be spending. I've seen videos on people spending like $11,000 on one pop.
Yeah,
on YouTube. Someone did that.
Yeah, that's out of control. But I mean, like the thing is the Pokemon ones and stuff. They kind of fit in with the shape of the like. You know, they're already cartoons. You know what I mean? So to make them an odd shape, they still look like what they're meant to be. But once you start making pops out of like human beings, they just look like pops that are just. They don't look. They all look the same. You know, they just all look the same to me. There's no variation. I don't know how you can be like, I bought like 25 different pops. You didn't. You bought the 25 of the same pop with a different, like slightly different mold and a slightly different. Like you said, they all have the same eyes.
Yeah, no, like they all have the ditto eyes, but it makes sense. Like Pokemon can kind of get away with it, but yeah, like you said, humans. Like I do have a couple of humans. Like I have Diva from Overwatch. I have the blue-haired girl from starts with a B. Can't remember that game right now. Like I can't even remember. Jeez, that sucks. Damn it. Stupid fucking Borderlands. Okay, yeah,
right.
Yeah, I had the girl from Mila from Borderlands. Like, I have like but whatever. Like, I don't know. Some of them like, yeah, I a few or whatever. But these people have like walls of them. Nothing against it. I just never got into it.
No, and to see video game stores slowly transforming into pop, like an entire wall of those Funko Pops, it was just like, I was just like, what is this world coming to? Like, why? What's happening to the world where, you know, you're taking away video game real estate in a video game store and devoting it to this.
Yeah, I'd say that's a huge different thing because, like, games, man, like, there's not many anymore, so they have to have stuff to sell.
Yeah, remember, though, I'm old and bitter, so I see things like this happening. It's just like, I want the world to be like it used to be.
I know, like, people are like, where's all the PC games? I'm like, what? When's the last time you were in retail? But
yeah, well, I'm not that bad, but,
no,
you know.
I know, but it happens, and, yeah, it's interesting. I can see like like I remember at HMV too before they closed down. This Canadian like record store or CD store. Before they closed down, they had so many walls of pops.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, this is like cutting into like other stuff, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like albums and stuff, but yeah, no. Like I said, I don't think hardcore Transformers fans are going to be trying to complete this. It might be soft fans that are into pops, but I think the whole pop thing too, man. I feel like it's on a decline finally. I've said it, like I've said it for years. When will it start to come down? I feel like right now, it's coming down.
Oh, like, no, honestly, for sure.
I see the channels, other people that used to collect just pops are collecting Marvel Legends and different things now. Like, a lot of those pop channels are, like, getting into, like, those hot toys and a whole bunch of stuff, you know?
Right. I mean, it felt very much like a fad. And
yeah, the Beanie Babies, what it's compared to.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's the thing, is that people just finally have they've run out of gas, and they just are like, you know, maybe these all do look alike. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't buy any more of these. And they don't hold their value. This is the thing. Like this one guy, like I said, I saw him and he bought a whole bunch. And then when he resold them, he's like, he got like half the amount for them, even though he paid premium for them. And I'm like, yeah, you know, this isn't an investment. You're not in this isn't the stock market. These are toys, like, you know, that they make millions of.
Make money off of those as like when they're hot at the moment. You always got to be like figuring out which ones are going to blow quickly and make your money, because as soon as they blow, then they lose all their value.
Oh no, yeah, it's like buying a new car. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it's worth $5,000 less than you just paid for it. So like, it's the thing with pops is you can see the money, the value draining out the bottom of them as they sit there gathering dust on your shelf.
I don't know if it's gonna be like everyone calls it the Beanie Baby of this time, but I just don't know if it's like gonna totally drop like all of their value all at once like Beanie Babies did, or if this will like be a slow die off. But I see it finally, like the fad coming to an end. I actually do see that now.
Oh yeah, me too. No, it feels like it, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna mourn the death of the Funko Pop.
No, the Funko Pop turned into the Funko Flop.
Yeah.
Well, we got a release date end of July, I think, right? July 30th. Transformers Siege on Netflix. 6 episodes will be dropping. We talked about it a bit before. They released a second trailer. Some people have been complaining it showed too much and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's kind of the era we live in. They show you everything in the trailer now, so.
Yeah.
And, I just watched the trailer again before talking about it now, and just watching it, I want to hate so bad. I just want to hate on it, because like I'm like, it's not Beast Wars. I'm gonna hate. Not this. I'm gonna hate, and then like I see it and I'm like, okay, are they trying to actually go for like a little bit older tone, like for what Beast Wars was, even though that was for kids, but it was also for some fans.
Yeah. I mean, the design of the characters and stuff being very traditional, and the subject matter seemingly being very dark as it was. Their target audience is the older viewer that remembers the old cartoon but wants a modern take on those characters. So it feels that way. I mean, it feels very progressively like OG in a way. Like
it does. Even this image of it here, like how Bumblebee's positioned flying forward, everyone's flying forward, like on the old G1 box on the back art that was hand drawn, like on this side on the thumbnail, it just looks like that. Like it looks, but it's new. It's like in the new style, but it's just so G1.
Yeah,
like, they look so G1, but the thing is like I've heard things about that studio that did it, Sunbow or whatever, but have you ever seen Titans Return trilogy? Have you ever seen any of that? Like what Combiner Wars and Powers of the Prime had their own trilogy?
No.
Did you ever see that? Okay, yeah, because the animation was so bad, and there's so many things bad about it, but the animation was like so choppy, and like it was like 3D, but it was just so like, oh, it just looked like no one with care animated it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's the thing. Like, I mean, of course, there's going to be people like dissecting this like frame by frame and saying this, that, and the other looks this way or that way. But like, we have to wait to see it. I mean, I think it looks really good. But of course, I'm a CGI, like I'm a graphics whore, as it were. So I mean, like, if I see something that looks really good and the story's really good, then there's nothing. I don't know. I'm not going to whine about it. I mean, it's new Transformers stuff that's like for grown-ups in 2020. I mean, there's not much to complain about there.
No, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan. Like, I liked Beast Wars. I know that CGI is bad now, people think, but something about it I liked back in the day. But I do prefer like a 2D look. But this doesn't. The look is growing on me, and it looks clean, and like it looks animated fluently, and like it pops. So, I mean, the aesthetic of it all looks really cool. But like, I'm just like, how adult are they gonna go? Like, it seems kind of dark. They have torture in there. They have this. They have that. But like, how, and I've seen them tease a little bit. The romance would interest me, but yeah, like, are they gonna have more of that romance or like danger, or like how much are they not gonna cater to like the kids or whatever?
Well, this does not look like it's catering to kids at all, because I mean, like there are already lines and things that kids can watch that are Transformers based, but like the grown-ups are lacking something that that we want these characters to become more like more realistic in a way, more like, you know, the old cartoon. Like, I'm still watching, like, I'm on season 2 of the original cartoon, and those characters are just lame, but there's so much possibilities in the characters that they never flesh out because it's a kids show. So if they're able to flesh out the actual, you know, dynamic between the bad guys and the good guys, and, you know, what it actually means to these characters, then it's for, you know, it's I that's what I want to see.
Well, Beast Wars had that. The thing about the original show that didn't have that was because like they were always trying to push a new toy, and they could because it was just drawings. But Beast Wars, there was like 5 good guys and a bit more bad guys or whatever it was. But I mean, the thing was they couldn't animate extra characters in. That's why even Cheetor, they did Tigertron. It was supposed to be the wolf, but they made him Tigertron instead because they could use the same animation again. And the same for the character design. So it's like, it was budget. That's why I love Beast Wars, because it got so in depth into Rhinox, into Dinobot, into Rat Trap, into Optimus Primal, into Megatron and Pterosaur, and everybody. Like, you know, the list goes on. But it was like they added a few guys here and there in next seasons, of course, but they still, like, it was a small cast, which, like, I think was amazing because we got deep into their psyches.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Exactly. You know, like, they were able to develop the characters because there weren't 50 characters trying to push toys on you. So it's like, that's what you want. You know, that's the kind of thing you want. And, you know, that's Beast. You know, that it's an example of things done right as opposed to things done for cash. So it's like, you know, this is, you know, sure, there's figures from this show, but like, the show seemingly needs to stand for itself. Like, it's you know, it's the kind of thing that, you know, the teaser and stuff, it's exactly what, you know, I want to see. And I can't wait for this. If all 6 episodes come out on the same day, well, I know what I'm doing that day.
Yeah, and then we could just do a video on it right after.
For sure.
That'd be good. But yeah, no, I'll be watching it. Like I said, I have that hate approach to everything I get into, so it's just like a I don't know, some sort of like defense mechanism. But once they get through the layers of, like, you know, like shields or whatever, then yeah, then I'll accept it. But I'll see. Like I said, I just the animation's alright. I'm stoked if it's gonna have a darker, more tone. If they throw some Transformers romance in there, that'd be just like, yeah, that'd be the way to go. Because Beast Wars had some romance between Tigertron and Airazor, and, like, you know what I mean. And like, it's just like, yeah, Silverbolt and Black Lightning, and he was like, he would talk like all like, you know, like a gentleman from like, you know, rides on a horse or whatever. And like, yeah, it's just like, I just miss that. That's why Beast Wars, like, I feel like, you know, everything we look in, like, all the people that grew up with that look at all this stuff a little differently because it had so much heart, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm going in open, you know, open to it and see how it goes. And yeah, I hope it delivers. I love the G1 aesthetic, so can't complain there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Takara Tommy on Twitter shared out a tweet. It was I think it was celebrating 35 years anniversary of the G1 cartoon in Japan. But they also kind of revealed, they didn't say who it is or what it is, but a new masterpiece, you know, a Seeker, because the Seeker is going to be 15 years old, I think, or something. So they're redoing the Seekers, it looks like. Probably this is Starscream, but like, you know, we don't know that 100%, but it's pretty much like that's what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
yeah, I always these silhouette reveals that happen. I mean, they seem to be happening so often now, but like, I don't have any Masterpiece figures because, you know, hey, I just started collecting, and, you know, I'd rather buy $150 worth of figures than have one figure. But like, after seeing your Masterpiece figures, like, I know how great they can be. So, you know, hopefully we get something cool out of this. Yeah,
they are. Like, well, yeah, I know there's the Mech Fans toys or whatever, Make Fan toys. They have the Seekers that are like, they have Seekers out now. It's been like such hit and miss because I think some of them they like put out and then they canceled them, like, because there are people trying to publicly fund them, but there was like so many issues with the figures, like breaking and stuff.
Right.
But they did like there's the cone heads. There's like Dirge up on Big Bad Toy Store. I just looked at, and he's I don't know, he looks cool because like the masterpiece ones of the half of the cone heads are a little strange, but people like that other mold. But people don't really like the ones I have, the MP ones. They were like $60 on Big Bad Toy Store. I think I got them for 80 each because like it's just that mold. Like there's some issues with the ramjet. It's just that I don't think a lot of people like that mold in general.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, you kind of get what you're given. You can be picky, but I mean, if it's the only way you're going to get the figure, you're going to buy it anyway. So, I mean, if they're going to do like updated versions that are like more accurate or more in I don't know what it would
They're
be.
gonna be, yeah, no, like because the feet are different and the wings look different in this silhouette from like they look a bit more like, I guess they're like as much screen accurate as possible, like that new Optimus Prime that came out. So these figures, like the original Seekers, were like $115 American. This Starscream coming out, this could be like a $250 figure for one Seeker, you know?
Right, yeah.
It's the Optimus Prime and like the Beast Wars, the big boys that came out, they're all like $400, $500 American or whatever.
Yeah.
So these guys, yeah, these Seekers aren't going to be like cheap like they were, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is
This is
where
a new era.
yeah, separate the men from the boys as far as collectors are concerned, I guess.
Yeah, and like I've wondered too, like if they're gonna put them all like, cause Starscream came out in 2006, and one of the Coneheads I think came out late 2016 or 17. So
Yeah.
I mean, look at like, are we gonna wait like 15, 10 years between? Like, are we gonna get all the Sky Warps and the Thundercrackers and the Coneheads right away? Like, are we gonna have to wait, You know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's just like us. We're just gonna have to wait. That's the thing to find out, and the waiting kills me. But I mean,
Does Masterpiece stuff interest you at all, though, or?
Well, I mean, it didn't until I saw yours, and then I was like, "Oh, so this is what masterpiece means." Because like before, I was just like, "Oh, this is just a way of like people spending more money, getting them to spend more money." But like, you can see the quality difference and the actual like build difference on some of them.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to like, some of them still feel a little cheap, but
yeah.
on the other hand, some of them feel like completely different figures. Like they're really nice, and it does interest me. But a $300 figure doesn't interest me unless it's 1.5 feet tall.
Yeah, I mean, I spent that on the Tigertron, but I feel like that's gonna be worth it just because I love the character so much.
That's right. Well, this is the thing. It's like it's directed at. You're the fan that's directed at. So.
But yeah, they're pretty cool. Like I just opened finally like most of my MP like masterpiece figures, and like the Shockwave I opened up, it's pretty cool. He makes a pretty good gun, and just having the Grimlock out and some of my Autobots, I'm just like, oh, I'm just enjoying it. I got a new shelf, right, so I have everything up there. Been posting stuff on Instagram because I'm like so amazed. I'm like, look at all this junk.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. You were completely spoiled opening up all your masterpiece figures like that.
Yeah.
So it just to be able to experience them in bulk like that is great. But like I wouldn't be opposed to buying $150 figure, but if these are like 200 something dollars,
something American, I bet you. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm afraid that's for somebody else to buy.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be so hard not to want to get one of these new masterpiece Starscreams, but I mean, I bet when you have that new Megatron that they've released recently with that,
yeah,
God, that'd probably be pretty insane. And like I said, who knows who else they're gonna do with the Seeker mold? There's so many guys, but like I said, I hope we get them out quicker. Like, you know what I mean? I hope they do Starscream and his crew right away, and.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, maybe 4 a year would be, one every quarter. That would be at least something
doubt it. But
that's what you'd want, so that you can just budget your money to buy 4 a year. It's only $2,000.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I don't even want to think about that, but Yeah, no, I said I was happy to get him out. Yeah, the price. We don't know that's going to be the price point. It's all like speculation or whatever, right? But we can only just think,
Yeah.
we can only just see and like if it is, but it just shows like the new Megatron, the new Optimus Prime, and some of the Beast Wars guys, like their new price point for these masterpiece has shifted up.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll
Well,
see.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll see, and yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in this actually to see the reveal, and we'll talk about it again.
Of course.
Well, that pretty much wraps it up for the Transformers news. I mean, we'll be on top of new stuff and other stuff is happening. Like I said, lots of stuff planned for the podcast and all that. But yeah, also wanted to bring up, just for like our discussion or topic type video, we're going to talk about what do you think of the new look for the PS5 games? They showed the new Spider-Man and also, yeah, just the price. I think they're gonna ask that NBA or whatever sports game they just said could be $70 something Canadian or $70 American for a new game. So that'd be like what, 90 something dollars Canadian.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, maybe just tell me what you first thought of that new look of the game. I know it's not too different the new PS5 look, but what do you think?
Well,
First?
I mean, it's very uninspired. It's just, when Xbox One games came out, the boxes were so much different than the Xbox 360 games. Like it was just like, oh yeah, no, these are new, so it should look new. But these PS5 games, I mean, the PS5 logo is the same as the PS4 logo, and it's like, it's just, they've got a captive audience, so they don't have to change anything up that much. It's not inspiring at all. Like
the thing is, like, they're saying it's a new console, new thing, but it seems like just like a slight upgrade because, like, if these things were green or something, you know what I mean? Like of course it's Xbox color, but you know what I mean? If it was something like bright orange, it would be so different from like PS4. And it seems like they're trying to say like this is okay to have with your PS4, like slide it in, like PS4 is still relevant. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. I mean, when the PS3 came out, the game boxes were all different. They were clear and everything was
smaller,
and they were trippy, and it was completely different. And then all of a sudden, now
PS4 kind of had a little bit of effect like that too, because PS4 it was blue, right?
Right.
So like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Blu-ray.
Yeah. I can't believe it. It's the future.
Yeah. But then this, I'm like, oh, what? It's like inverted or something, but like with black or whatever. But like the blue is now white, and now the writing's black, and the thing is still the same case. Because maybe in the warehouse they still had all these PS4 game cases.
Probably.
They're like, yo, man, how do we save $1?
Yeah. No kidding, right?
But no, I don't think they need to save money necessarily. But it's just, yeah, like you said, uninspiring. Like I think like they're trying to say that PS4 is still going to be somewhat relevant in a weird way. Maybe it won't like not put games on it for a while. Or
well, I mean, it'll have to stay relevant because I mean, there'll be like a 2-year transition period before people like will get, if somebody's bought a PS4 Pro like in the last 6 months, they're not gonna be going out and buying a PS5 to replace it because they've just spent $350-$400 on a console that literally plays things in 4K on their TV. So why upgrade to a PS5 right away? So they have to keep the console relevant for at least 2 years before they start saying that, okay, we're phasing it out. So, and this is the thing, like there's going to be that crossover time. So yeah, it's probably they're just making the game, the packaging look similar because, just differentiate it through color because the consoles are, they're from PS4 Pro to this is going to be like just it's not that huge of an upgrade, I don't think.
Yeah, I know. Graphics wise, like I see some of it when I do see a 4K, but it for me, I feel like it will be a bit of a jump just because I never even jumped on the 4K train. So now when I get like a new PS5 or whatever Xbox and series, who knows what, and put it on 4K and I'm blown away on a 4K TV. Okay, there's some different there from being at 1080 on whatever, right?
Oh no, for sure. No, I mean that's a level like I haven't seen 4K video games before. This is the thing. I've never upgraded. My TV's still 720p. So because and you know like I've always wanted to upgrade my TV, but this stupid 720p one will never die. So I'm like, well, if I'm gonna keep this. It's 40-inch TV. Why would I go up? But now when of course, like I said before, when I upgrade consoles and it's gonna be running in 4K. I want a 4K TV, so it's going to be like I've all of a sudden went forward 30 years into the future. So it's going to be absolutely amazing no matter what. Like for me, like it's so, but then again, I'm not the target audience for that kind of thing because, I haven't already seen 4K TV. Even my computer, I'm only at 1080p on my computer and I play computer games all the time. So, 4K is just a fantasy to me. I don't even know what it means.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I seen it I seen it finally like last year at my friend's house. So, I mean, yeah, like the depth between things I'd say was the biggest thing I noticed. Like the depth between things in the game is just like it looks weird, it's trippy, too. It is like you can see the depth really well. I don't know why, but. The Call of Duty and stuff, like it just looked crazy. Yeah, it looked kind of too glossy in a way, but maybe I wasn't used to it. But it also just looked like, so weird, clear as day,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nothing. I'm not even into too many graphics. Like I said, I prefer like older games and I'm not even worried about graphics. I mean, Tony Hawk. Pro Skater 1 and 2, the new HD looks great, so waiting for that. But not much to say. Like it just doesn't like this case just it looks so much like PS4, but I guess they're just trying to stay with the brand and not go too abstract, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because PS4 is somewhat still relevant for a while. It seems like that's what I'm getting off of this, but.
Yeah, stick with what you know, and don't change it too drastic. I mean, the console itself is such a drastic change from the other one that you don't want to scare people away by having like round disc cases or some sanity like that.
Yep, and they've learned. They had their Vita stuff and PSP boxes people didn't like, so made their mistakes. But no, interesting. Interesting. We'll see. And then I'm reading this article right here. Why $70 PS5 and Xbox Series X games are unavoidable, apparently. Next generation PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X games could cost $70 American. Which they're saying this is a price jump which has been overdue. This is ScreenRant.com saying that, and they're saying NBA 2K21 will be priced at $70 American. So how much is that Canadian?
Well, we're at 95 at least for that, right?
I know. Before tax in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's another case of them milking money out of us, knowing that it's a captive audience and that people will pay it anyway. But, I mean, who pays full price for games except Nintendo games anymore? You wait 2 months and they're $50. And that's a fact. Like, games don't hold their value anymore. Like, the people who want to pay extra for first day release, for a regular release game, they're just a rare breed now.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say that wouldn't be Nintendo though would still be like they're not always the full $70 or $80 in Canada, but some of them are. It's just some of those weird anime games.
Oh no, yeah, but you can put any price you want on those because that's a completely separate fandom. I mean, you could put $125 price on those anime games, and it'll because limited release for one thing for those games, limited target audience. So you're gonna, it's fine. I don't mind those games being $100 or whatever, because if you're in that niche, you will pay that. But like NBA whatever 2K20 or whatever,
21.
Like you care? The game will hold its value for 0 seconds after it's released.
People hate paying what they pay here already for the games. I just can't believe it's gonna be like over $100 with tax.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous. Like there's no way. Like I'm counting the moments till I see Last of Us 2 for $49.99, and I can guarantee you it's within the next month and a half I'll see it for
Yeah.
$50. Because that's what happens. $50 is the actual value of new release games, but they put them out there so people will jump on them, so people will want to be the first to play it or whatever, and they get those 30% of the people buying it at release, and then everyone else just spends $50 for it 2 months down the line.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For all those main games.
Oh, yeah, all the main games, exactly.
But yeah, no, I just yeah. But the things you can't get around, like the niche games, like Nintendo, the people are gonna be biting the bullet on these Nintendo games.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess they're not this. They're still gonna be priced as are because Switch is what it is. Like there's no new Switch yet, so.
No, and Nintendo prices things in their own fantasy world anyway. So I mean, like, and the fan culture behind Nintendo, they're brainwashed into believing that Nintendo games are worth $79.99. So and that they hold their value for 10 years. So I mean, basically, they just create their own economy on their games. You can't use Nintendo as an example for how much video games are worth ever. It's Xbox and PlayStation. Those two fight for each other's. They're in competition with each other. They're not in competition with Nintendo. They can't be. It's a different.
Yeah.
It's apples to oranges.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing. Like, how much are the games worth? They're probably worth $50. How much can they sell them for? 90, and that's what's going to happen. Because this is it. The people. I mean, I don't know what it means. Like, oh, this is long overdue. Whatever. How much does it cost to press a game to a disc? Zilch.
I know, but I think these companies are eating up costs with getting all these like main actors now in the game.
Yeah.
Like, even this 2K or whatever, I think this has like a real actor in it apparently and stuff, and it's costing them that much money.
But that's the thing. They're investing. The investment in the game is costing so much that they have to try and make their money back on these games.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you're spending, it's a 2-year development for this game, and you've paid like over 1,000 people to work on it, and like all of the art and all of the advertising and everything. If they released it for $50, they would take a bath on this, right? Like they need the hype, and they need people to pay this money for these games, or else they ain't making their money back on them.
Yeah.
The initial investment is so high now,
Yeah, and this says for the last 2 decades, $60 has been the steady price in America. Yeah. And they needed to sell more and more, and also make special editions, deluxe editions to just recuperate their cost. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so yeah, and yeah, but $70 American, I don't know. I'm not looking. I'd buy it. Whatever. If they're telling me the new Halo's $90, I'll tip these people for a Halo. Like new Halo's out, I'll shove a 20 in the woman's mouth or whatever. But and then pick up my game. But like I said, I don't mind getting, especially if it looks good, right? And it's just okay, whatever. But yeah, there's not a lot. The thing is, I won't be buying as many. And I've talked to a few people just in general about it. That don't really collect a whole bunch, and they said if this happens, they're only going to get 1 or 2 games every few months, so instead of a couple games a month.
Oh, exactly. No, that's the thing, is that they're pricing games, they're pricing the fans out of buying more games. But this is the thing, these are day one release people, or if people want to spend more money on something, give them a collector's edition, because I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Oh, look, there's a mouse pad in it, or some dumb, stupid, oh, look, it comes with a CD of the soundtrack. I'm all over that. You know what I mean? A sticker sheet. Oh man, I'll pay $129 for that. But a regular release being $90 is it's a slap in the face, because who doesn't know that within 2 months it's going to be 50?
Yeah.
And even if in 2 months it's 55, you're still saving $20 off the price.
For sure, but anything that's a major drop, like a Halo or a Drake or something, people will be paying it right away.
Right away, because they're paying for that, like, anticipation is, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna pre-order it. Like, that pre-order game is a mugs game with video games. You really, you're a sucker unless it's like a exclusive, like, limited edition collector set or whatever. That's going to come with the wax statue and the 4 pins and the soundtrack and the art book and the bag, and the backpack. It's like, those people are going to buy that stuff, and and they can price that whatever they want. They can price it at $400, and people will be like, I'm going to buy that. I can't wait to have that. But like the regular release one, if you're just going to buy the regular release, just wait. I mean, just avoid spoilers and wait. Because other than that, don't complain about the price, because you're a captive audience.
Yeah, no, I see it in a way too, though. I see things. It's like they said, 2 decades of that. There is going to be a price hike after a while. I'm sorry,
Oh, of course there is, because.
But you can wait it out. There's deals. Like they're not going to screw people totally, but like it's just like if you want it then and now, you'll be paying the premium now.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. If you will pay to be in that exclusive, first day release club, and if you're not interested in that, if there's no status in being that person, then just wait it out. I mean, in 5, I'll be able to buy Last of Us 2 in 5 years for $19.99.
Oh yeah, $9.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I mean, this is the thing. Like, if the game's still going to be the game, and you're still going to play it on the console, but if you want to be in that clique, go for it. You're going to pay the extra $20 for it at least on release.
Heck yeah. But yeah, more news about console prices, more definite stuff. Anything else? Halo releases, we'll be talking about other topics like that, as they drop. We're not covering tons of gaming stuff, but we hit the main stuff that we like to talk about. So
yeah.
Hey, thank you for hanging out with us, and everything. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Try to promote it, the channel as much as possible, but I appreciate you all so much, and I'm having so much fun here. Like I said, there's so many more things planned, especially for the end of this year, next year. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like, with the Transformers stuff, I finally kind of just found my groove and, just working on that. And yeah, the community, the toy community, so many nice people out there that I've met. And yeah, just like to continue this, making more friends, doing more podcast-like stuff. I'm going to have some people on my channel doing some separate interviews to give back to them. So just watch out for that. And yeah, tons of things, reviews, other things, and maybe some odd gaming stuff here and there. Like I always say, especially like gaming stuff that does good for me is like if I review a controller or accessories or just something like that. But yeah, it's tons of stuff planned. And the world is crazy so right now, still this year. What a year. I hope you're staying safe and trying to stay as positive and strong as you can. I know I have my issues here and there, and some health stuff always pops up once in a while, and it's got to kind of maneuver, get back to a good state, get back to the whatever normal is for you, and I keep doing it. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Leave your comments down below if you guys have any Q&A questions for us or anything you want us to talk about. Leave it down in the comments. We'll bring it up next podcast, and we'll shout you out and all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. Like I said, take care of yourself, stay strong, stay safe, stay positive. This dolphin might even catch you up on the flip side, y'all. Bye!